Becoming consistent with exercise is hard, I get it. But what most people don't understand is that working out actually becomes easier the longer you do it. Now, there are two things we're going to discuss today. There's the physical difficulty and then there's the mental difficulty of actual exercise. For the most part, to get these benefits, you're going to have to exercise, you're going to have to work out anywhere from 6 to 12 months, going minimum twice per week to see any of these changes. And of course, the more often you go, the more frequently you go throughout the week. If you bring it up to 6, you're probably gonna see all these changes in like 6 months. If you exercise twice per week, maybe it'll take you a year, maybe a little bit longer. So of course, the more you exercise, the faster you will achieve such results. The first thing we'll cover is probably the more interesting segment, which is the mental aspect. Working out will become easier over time mentally and psychologically because you will gain a lot more confidence in yourself, not only for the fact that you will be able to know what you're doing in the gym, you know what type of exercises work, you have a general understanding of what the hell you're even doing there, but also for the fact that your body will change and you are going to look better. It is guaranteed. As long as you're not overeating, I mean, even if you're overeating, if you work out, you're still gonna look better than you would if you didn't. You will feel your own swag every single time you have to come to the gym. You know, you'll feel pretty good, you look good, you feel good, and it makes going to the gym far easier than maybe at the start of your journey or at the start of my weight loss journey when I was overweight. It will become a habit over time. Anything that becomes habitual will also become easier to do. So once you get in the habit of going to the gym every single day, let's say at 9 a.m. in the morning or at, after school, after work, if you do that consistently enough on the same days, you're going to actually feel bad if you don't go because something is going to be out of place. Your brain, your body likes consistency. It likes to do the same things over and over again. So if you break out of the habit, you're actually going to feel worse not going to the gym than going to the gym. Another huge thing is you actually gain the self-image of a person who works out. You see yourself as someone who is healthy, and that cascades into so many other areas of life besides working out. But one thing it will do is make consistency in the gym easy. Because think of it like this, when you're starting to lose weight, you're still under the self-image, you're still under the belief, you always tell yourself that you're trying to lose weight. You're not an athlete yet, you're not healthy yet, and that reinforces a negative feedback loop. But once you get consistent enough in the gym, your own thoughts accelerate your progress within your journey. Another thing that'll definitely help, and it kind of segues to the first point, is you will look better. You will feel better about your body. And this creates an infinite spiral of looking better and wanting to exercise to look even better, and then achieving the results and wanting to look even better. So it makes an infinite feedback loop of health. The last thing I'll put on the mental aspect, which almost kind of segues into the physical, is you will feel better, but not in any wishy-washy way. You know when people say, oh, like working out releases endorphins or whatever, right? Anyone within the first couple of years of working out has no idea what this means. But let me put it in the most simple way possible. Whenever you hit a weight training session, you always leave the gym feeling a little bit more confident, right? You feel like you can puff up your chest a little bit. You feel like you checked off something for the day. As a guy, if you worked out that day, there's probably a 50% higher chance that you're going to speak to that one cute girl that walks by. If you do any form of cardio, you literally feel more calm throughout the day. And this isn't wishy-washy bullshit. You are literally experiencing a rise in baseline dopamine, and this is where the so-called endorphins come into play that actually attach to opioid receptors in your brain and act in a very similar way to any type of opioid drug, anything like heroin, anything like morphine, except of course in a much lower way. So that's why doing exercise will leave you feeling better. Now let's cover the physical aspect. How does exercise physically become easier over time? This doesn't make sense, right? The longer you exercise, the better control you have over intensity and the quality of your workouts. A beginner would have to do a lot of sets of bench press to get the same type of growth that someone who is more advanced would have to do. Not only is the load of the advanced person much more higher, meaning it causes much more fatigue and they literally can't work out as much and they get more stimulus from the same amount of weight, but they also have better control of their muscle. They have better technique, they have better form, and they actually know what real failure feels like. A lot of beginners think they're going to failure or think they're working out hard when they really have no idea what working out hard even feels like. So beginner me would probably do a set of bench press for 8 and think he got a crazy workout in, where in reality my bench press right now compared to 4 years ago is probably twice as effective, meaning I would have to do half the volume to get basically the same type of results. You have better control over recovery. This is a major one. A lot of beginners have no clue what they're doing when it comes to their sleep, to their diet, to their alcohol consumption, any type of other drug interactions that come into your body. The more advanced you get, the more you can leverage recovery to actually spend less time in the gym. So the person that's doing 30 sets per week on every single muscle group as a beginner will actually get less growth than a guy who is advanced and only doing 10 sets, as long as his recovery is better than the beginners. Now, of course, we're not accounting for the newbie gains portion. This is just like a hypothetical. And also, at the end of the day, the more advanced you are, the easier it is to actually maintain your muscle and prioritize certain smaller muscle groups and force them to grow more. So if you are more advanced, it would make more sense to stay in maintenance for a lot of your muscle groups and really spend maybe half a year or 3 months pushing out your chest or pushing out your shoulders. And you actually have to work out less. Like literally you could spend an hour in the gym, 30 minutes in the gym, and get away with it. Press the first link in the description, join our free Skool group. I'll make it paid in the future, so if you join now, you'll get free lifetime access. If I give you anything of value, consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to stay savvy with your diet.